Hi, this is Paul from MTB Pro. This is my stock swing trading analysis and alert video for Monday the 2nd of October. So I just want to close off September first and make some comments on the spreadsheet. So on the close September tab, you can see we closed 21 trades in September, quite high, got quite a few losses in there as well, but overall a net monthly profit of 4.8% on the trading account balance. Now, the win rate was only 48%. Say, around 50%, but because we have an average win size of 1.51% of the trading account balance, even though we're around that about that 50% win rate, we're still in a net monthly profit and loss. And that's all part of that strategy to try and cope with those tough months. You still end up with net positive, and we have done so far. So let's go on to the trades. Just go through. AMTD closed out on Wednesday for September. I got out a little bit higher than where it closed, 49.24 for 1.6% profit on the trading account balance. Let's go to the live trade. So Google continued its move higher, back in profit again now. We could see this action coming back down to test this level and then go higher again. I'm concerned it's not going to reach the ultimate target of around about $1,060-ish. So we're going to see how the price action and volume goes. At the moment, the volume's still pretty high. We closed near the high on Friday. If this momentum continues and breaks through this $1,010 level, then we've got a good chance. If it starts to look like it's going to run out of juice, I will just take profit. But it's good that the patience has been held. It's come through this zone and we've broke back out again. So good on Google. So with Tesla, volume still dropping slightly. We seem to be holding support at this level now. Only seem to be at the moment. We need some move away from this consolidation level, and then we can say we've found support and it's moving away. So next week's important that this level holds and we start to move back towards and through the original entry price for Tesla. Similarly with Trip, seems to be holding at the moment low, well, back to average volume or below slightly average volume for Trip. Just put that in there on Friday. So price action was quite minimal as well. Closed near the low, which wasn't encouraging. But we, at this moment in time, on this potential trend reversal to the upside, we've just got to let it play out. So with Rice, really struggling to break through and hold above the $29 level here. Going to be a little bit patient now, thinking once the market is open on Monday, considering placing a trailing stop about 28.21. That would be the sensible move right now, locking in profits, and also then we're below this range bound period as well. So we're taking the risk off on this trade really. We're locking a few profits and hopefully we can get to this target level at some stage, but I'm not interested in a pullback on Rice. So I only placed a trading stop once the market's open, just to account for any gaps or anything, but 28.21 is looking like the best place to put that trading stop for after the open on Monday. So CAH did try and venture higher with volume on Friday, but failed and then came back down to this level again. This level is quite hard for it to break through at the moment, but it looks like we should continue that downward momentum. We've got the lower low and the lower high Friday. Let's see if that momentum continue to build and push through this level. Decent increase in volume, so let's see if we can make that happen. So with SHPG, we had another little pullback, closed near the high to around about break even, slightly lower volume on Friday. Let's see if this level can hold now and it can turn back down again. Still early days into this short on SHPG. Last week was considerably difficult for a lot of trades because there was no real direction in the markets at all. So on Snap, very similarly, we had an increase in pullback again on this. Formed an indecision doji though. Let's see if that now can hold at this sort of level where we are, around about the 1460 level. Seems to be quite tough to break through, hopefully, and was previous resistance at 1652. So let's just put that in there. So 1462 looks like previously this was a good resistance level. Let's see if that can hold and turn back down again. KEM, big increase in volume on Friday. Quite concerned about this, but we are looking at this previous support and resistance level holding. Did pull away slightly at the end of the session there. Again, very tough week in the markets last week. This had a really good entry on Wednesday, higher high, higher low Thursday, and then after the gap up on Friday did sell off quite considerably with volume, but then pulled back towards the end of the session. So let's see if this support level can hold on Monday. So DAL. So we had this really big trigger on Wednesday, regained those losses for the stock on Thursday. Then we've had the indecision doji on Friday with lower volume each day. We're looking for Delta Airlines to turn back down to the south now and get moving on this short trade. So PAGP was pretty static on Friday. We had the tiptoe trigger on Thursday, and then we did try and venture higher Friday, but rejected those highs even with higher volume. So that indecision's potentially a good sign for this short going into this week. So with the watch list, got quite a few new orders on there. So let's go through the original ones first. SGEN, the order's still good. We have ventured higher again, but it didn't break the previous wave 4 high or the stop loss position for our order. So at this moment in time before the markets on Monday, this order is still good at 50.89 to go short. PAA, order still good, pretty static day Friday compared to the previous day. We had the gap up but then pulled back down to close pretty much on the close of Thursday. So I think the momentum really is with the downside to this. Just got to be a little bit patient for it to push through. Recently we've had a great trade on this short with big profits. We just need another one now would be fantastic for this. Just got to be patient to let it push through 2085. FCX, bit of a sell-off on Friday. 1477, still a good entry for this. Just need a bit more momentum to the upside. What was the volume like? Dropped a little bit Friday, but around average, so no real concern there. We just need it to turn around. So we're back into this range bound period here, which goes all the way back into the third wave as well. So we're talking, you know, this should hold a support again, and it should have another go. ENR gone range bound now, but again we're looking for that breakout to the downside. 44.63, still a good entry for ENR. Siri is trying. It tried to break out of this range Friday but failed. Increase in volume slightly, probably slightly above average as well. So 561's on the cards, definitely. Let's see if it can push through and hold and get the momentum to break through the 561 into this potential long on Siri. KN, no real change there. Really poor day for this. There was not a lot of price action and the volume dropped off again on Friday. You can see there at the bottom. So a 14.79 entry for the short on here, still good. Okay, the setup is going against us on Domino's. It's still testing the lower bound of this weekly level in blue here where my cursor's moving. This previous wave 4 needs to hold and then turn back down again. If it does break this pivot point here and go in at 1894, there's a good chance of a good short here, but this could go higher. That's why we've got that conservative entry there. But so far the order's good as of Monday morning. So first of the new potential trades, this is a short on CNK. Decent volume traded every day. The oscillator, it looks good at the bottom here between the 90 and the 140. Stochastics crossed over in the overbought zone. So we are looking to come below this previous B pivot here and look to enter at 34.88. And the stop loss for that is 36.87, but that's on the spreadsheet anyway. And great risk to reward down here to around the $29 mark. If it can break this previous B pivot, which is way outside the 6-4 moving average low for Monday's bar position, be a great entry into this short on CNK. So Vail, potential long. Stochastics crossed over in the oversold zone, lovely, looking to come out now. We've got just on the limits on the oscillator pullback, and we are looking for a long on Vail at 10.57. So we're above the 6-4 moving average high for Monday's bar position. We're above these rejected lows on the A pivot during the fourth wave and the third wave. So a decent conservative entry with a stop loss at 9.66. Really great risk to reward here with a 12.75 potential target. So pull, we're looking for the short. So on this pullback against the main bearish trend, we've gone back to this range bound period previously on the wave 3, seems to be finding resistance. So we're looking for the breakout again down to the downside and a new low. So 104.90 is the entry, very conservative. I just wanted to make sure I was below some major pivots down here, way outside the 6-4 moving average low for Monday's bar position. It probably won't trigger. And we've got a conservative stop loss which covers most of the highs on the previous range bound period as well on the wave 3. So we're looking for the breakout to the downside, and great risk reward again on this one, 92.70 potential target, or even $92. So that's Paul. NGD, again, all of these are on the spreadsheet, don't forget. So this is a nice little cheap stock. We're looking to the upside here. Oscillator pullbacks just come below the 90%, so it's within our zone. It might come a little deeper, but I've gone for a conservative entry above all of these highs. All of these attempts to get out from this pullback have failed, so I've gone above there at 387 and a stop loss at 355. We've got the 1.6 reward for our 1% risk into the target zone. The target is around about 440 for NGD, so looking good there. And the final new order is a short on WAB. Oscillator pullback is crowned, lovely, between 90 and 140%. Decent volume on this. You know, it's not spectacular, but you know, we're in the sort of, I don't know, 650, 700,000 shares a day. So it's not going to be a spectacular move down to the downside, but we should get a decent trade on this. As I said, the oscillator pullback's good. Stochastics crossed over in the overbought zone, where the main trend is bearish. We've found some sort of resistance on Friday with this rejection of that high. If that can continue, it could blow through $74 on Monday. So I've put an entry at 73.90 on the entry price, and a stop loss at 76.74, about 10 cents above that high for Friday there, way below the 6-4 moving average for Monday's bar position, and way outside of this range really. So a decent entry, really good risk to reward. So we're looking for around a 67.50 or 67.70 target. So we've got a 1 to 2 risk to reward there, so looking good. So that's it for today. Have a great trading day and a great trading week, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.